Totally, I don't have this kind of expectations because it's very hard to expect how audience will react to this kind of show. It's not the traditional concert with just music. It's somehow in between. Just feel good.
It just feels good.
Yeah. I think the whole visuals and music, they are all serve the concept, you know. That's right. It's not just about how good is the music or how nice of the visuals. It's about how we deliver the story and the message is more important. I create 3 chapters scenario. It's more like a theatrical show. These 3 chapters has a very different perceptions or way of life to think about how we live, you know, how we connect to the world now. So the first chapter is we call it chaos. You know, chaos of the world. Chapter 2 is about nature, how we connect with nature. Chapter 3 is more about reimagining ourselves. Yeah, how we connect maybe something much bigger, you know, something more profound. Because for us, it's especially for me, it's very new way to work on this kind of sound interactive visuals, and also work with the composers. So the composer have a very unique sensibilities. So for us, it's very nice collaborations. I will really love to have opportunities to have a very strong concept that kind of relates to everyone. You know, it's not just have a very cool show, entertainment, and it's gone, it's finished. I would love to have something that we connect everyone, something that can touch our hearts, or something that we can relate to the situation that we are living now. So I think this is the most fundamental motives of the show. That's how we start the conversations. Yeah, with the composers and organizers to have a very strong intention. Of course, all the process, all the stages, all very important and precious for me. But I think that the audience reactions and the conversation with the audience is the most rewarding, I think. Yeah, it's like a harvest. We harvest together, you know. So they absorb the show, they experience it. They also go through the chaos, you know. They go through the latures and then reimagine themselves, you know. And then we have a talk together. So we just have this journeys happens and went through it all together again. So I think this is very beautiful. You know, we have like 100 people plus. You know, we all do this journeys all together. I think that is amazing. It's more about the community. You know, it's not about the artists. You know, the musicians. Of course, they prepare the show for them, you know, for the audience. But I think it's the artists and the musicians more like a chef. You know, we prepare the next meal, but we need the audience to really enjoy it, and also they can be part of it. Yeah, I think that is the beauty of it. You know. The work is not complete if there's no audience, and also the audience is not just have a very mutual reactions or just a feedback, but they could be part of it. If they are part of it, then we can see a much bigger pictures, and that pictures will be more profound. I have different types of artist talk, big group, small group. So for big groups, like the concert is maybe the first time, because it's you engage with lots of peoples all at the same time, and sometimes it's hard to respond to different reactions. For them, it's like a storytelling, and they enjoy a lot about the stories. Why we do the show and the process of it. I also show the paintings and behind the scene, like techniques and how to come up with the ideas, and so from the paintings to the virtual productions to interactive parts, so they know the whole process. Also, it's not just about the process; it's about how I feel about during the show, during the process, during the productions, and how I engage with the musicians, and how we come up with the artwork together. So my visuals and the music's it took a long time to evolve as well. It's just a last minute thing. It's just a lot of preparations. Is it perform or not? It's not really a performance. I just holding my paintbrush and just it's interesting because I feel that I'm part of the story, part of this performance. But I don't see it as a performance. I feel more like a storyteller. I just go up and just be part of the story. If there's other place that would like to invite us to have another experience, that would be amazing. We can ship the whole installations to another countries, and we can watch same settings, and that would be awesome. If I have these opportunities to have another show, that would be installations setting, and that would be a much more time for the audience to react and to respond. Yeah, it has a lot of very intimate response from the audience, because they have the personal resonations with the work, something that they echo their inner self, their own feeling. Some of the responses they tell me in person. So one lady is she's very a very emotional feeling about the first painting, and I saw her tears in her eyes, and of course it's not just about painting, it's also with the whole experience. The young generation is much easier to adapt the. Basically, they are digital indigenous, So they're born with the digital gadgets, and the screens, and so they know where it's come from. But maybe they don't know. Oh, actually, it's coming from the painting. So this is something that is surprised them, and so they feel it's very different from the pure coding or programming approach. Yeah. Yeah, so I just try to find a balance between like humanity and technologies. Something that I want to have the work with the temperature, like a warmth, like you feel that it's coming from the hands. It's not coming from from the machine. So I think it's good to have a balance. Of course, the show is a lot of things relate to technologies. A lot of calculations and simulations, but at the same time, everything is coming from our hearts. I think this is the most important aspect of the show. How we want to engage with the audience, how much we want to tell the stories. So all the elements from the show is coming from the painting. And so every chapter is especially for chaos, the chaos of the world, and I need to connect a lot of my own experience or memories, how I feel about chaos, and when I do the painting, it's very, very hard. It's also very chaotic for me. So in personal experiences, I feel this kind of like also a lot of rage inside, like a lot of anger. Maybe it's not about the outside world, it's about myself. Maybe I don't let go of myself, something that I just trap inside, a lot of regret or sufferings or pain. You never know. When I do the painting, it just come out slowly, and so it's not easy for me to do this process. But and then for the chapter 2, and then it's so beautiful, relax, it's connect to the nature again, and especially my studio just basically is in the middle of the forest. It's got these inspirations, and just do the painting based on that. Yeah, and so for my personal like creative experience, I also have this kind of journey, also going through this kind of evolutions from chaos. We connect with natures and reimagining about myself, and yeah, I think this kind of personal experience, I think is very precious, for me. I think it's something that is quite different from in terms of the show productions, because the paintings took a lot of time. It took like one painting is like from the blank page, like canvas, to the finish, made at least like 2-3 weeks. So you can imagine how long it takes to complete, and then I start to extract the elements from that to the virtual productions. So before that, I never seen when the production really starts, because everything is still on the painting. So my head is a lot of things, about our photo productions, how to make it, a lot of calculations. But before that, I need to finish that first. So it's kind of like training my patience as well. It's a lot of training, for me, physically, also mentally. From the traditional painting to virtual art is sort of like kind of my core practice now. So I think it's something that is coming through my hands, and then to the eyes, and then to the virtual world. I literally just capture every single details of it, even the light and shadow of the painting, because painting is not just a flat surface. So I have lots of layers and layers. So it's almost, if you look closely, it's almost like a landscape. And then I just capture that and put it into the software, the game software, basically to translate all these light and shadows, and to simulate the shadows and also the landscape again. So have this kind of very 3D texture, yeah, so that I can work on it. The form is quite different, it's very different, because it's become more like a landscape, a pure virtual landscape that is beyond the physical space, of course. So that space is infinite. There is infinite space for this painting. When I do the paintings, of course, I have the physical boundaries, right? I have this like 50 by 100 centimeters space to work on this painting with my hands. But the interesting thing is I transform into the digital world. It has unlimited possibilities or unlimited textures that I can work with. So that is completely very different way to look at it, because I can look at it into different angles, just like Ikyu said, like transforming into like a landscape, you know, like a 3D ball. I can look at it into different angles. That's something that I cannot see in the real painting. You know, it's so detailed that I almost like I become a little ant to look at the mountains. That is something that is very, very interesting, because it's transformed the perception as well. It's not just about changing the form or changing the look and feel. It's about changing the perspective and also the perception about the painting. So it's not the painting anymore. It could become a landscape. It could become something organic, something that evolve into something that I maybe I need more time to absorb and express later on. So that is something that I think is, the journey is not finished. For the painting, maybe is when the painting is finished. But for the digital work, maybe you could evolve later on, because the space is infinite. Yeah, so I think that is very different. Once it's in this digital environment, the people can engage with it with different technologies. Let's say we have we call it like a mixed realities headset later on. The people can basically literally dive into it inside this landscape, and it could be not just one person. It could be a group of audience all together. Then that would be amazing. You know, they have really changed the perceptions or perspective about artwork, and not just it's no longer just looking at one paintings in the museum. It could just, everyone just can experience art at home, you know, but at the same time with maybe thousands of people around the world experience it at the same time together, you know. With this landscape, I think that would be amazing. Yeah, still a lot of space to explore. You know, how this art form, this digital art form could evolve, and especially our technology is getting so quick. And sometimes we cannot really even understand how we can handle it. And this is something that I think have to be conscious about, how we balance, you know, how we balance our life and balance our technologies, you know, as a human being. I always work with the paints and the hands, with the earth elements, the waters, the papers, and so everything is from earth, organic earth elements. But somehow I translate that into this digital virtual world. Somehow it has their own life, maybe transcend to something much more profound later on, because our world now is somehow getting closer to the virtual world, like closer and closer, but then somehow how we can find a way back, to our real world, how we connect again. So I just think if there's a bridge, we still have this organic paintings, and then we have a virtual space that they can coexist together. Now I think that would be beautiful.